It's been about 2 weeks. Um, we redid the painting, redid the sparkle, and have been building up the layers of acrylic ever since. The back side is done. It's ready to be very lightly sanded and buffed and polished, and it's finished. I ran into one little problem here on the front, and that is right here on this corner, because the other day I was putting another coat on, and this corner here stuck to this paper. And for some reason, the two liked each other enough that when I tried to take the paper off, paint came off all the way down to the wood. So, I taped up the trouble spot, and about an hour ago, I put the paint on it. So I'm getting ready to untape and see what we have, and see what kind of marks this masking tape has left, because this, for some reason, this acrylic stuff seems really touchy. I don't know that I will use it again, because I don't know, it seems to have issues, and I have enough of my own, thank you, so I don't need to take on somebody else's. Alright, getting it started is always part of the fun. There we go. I just kind of tape this every which way to cover as much as I could and isolate the problem area as best I could. Looks like it came out pretty good. So if I can get this last piece here, you know, trying to do stuff like this is the biggest argument for don't bite your nails. Sometimes you need them to do stuff like this. All right, that is looking pretty good. We have a little bit of tape residue here, but that'll come off with some gentle cleanser, as the expression goes. And I can take care of that little issue there with the acrylic spray. Need a little touch of the paint right there on the point. And I tried to add the sparkle in here, but it doesn't look like it worked very well. So we'll put down a layer of acrylic on that, put the sparkle in it, and then we will finish covering this surface and building it up so that it locks this glitter in, and we have that wonderful galaxy effect that we're going for. So thanks for your patience, and we will keep going on this. All right, it's several minutes later. I moved this thing so that it was off the paper. So, as you can see here, we got the paint down and got the sparkly in it with one layer so far of the acrylic spray. Once that dries, I'm just going to keep doing the whole body and build it all up, because I put a really thick layer there. But I also used the smallest glitter that she had, so it shouldn't take much to cover it. At least that's the plan. And we know how plans go, but here's hoping this one will work. We'll be back. You know how with most any project you do, every time you turn around there's one more thing that you forgot? Yeah, this one's no exception. This neck doesn't have any marking dots over here at all. None. So we have to fix that. I put masking tape on them, measured carefully where each one of them needs to go, and I'll be drilling through the tape to make sure I get the right spot, most probably. I haven't actually decided on that yet. But what I have to do is I have to drill a little hole there, then take some of these, or one of these, dip it in some glue, insert it in the hole, and cut it off. That's how you make those dots. I did not know that. But yeah, this package has got 10 white ones and 10 black ones. Was about $5 off of Amazon. So the big trick is going to be drilling the holes. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Here is my plan. I have my drill here, and I have made sure that this plate is perfectly level. So, what I intend to do, I have my protective cloth here. The plan is to put the neck into this vise and hold it in place. Like so. Make sure this is level, which it is not. This end needs to come up some, so I'll be using spacers and shims and such to keep that level. Adjust it back and forth with the bit in to make sure I'm in exactly the right place, then drill the hole. Wish me luck. Yeah, it's been a long time. I didn't document redoing this because you already watched me do it once, and once is enough. So, but yeah, she's looking pretty good, methinks. We have one major flaw, and that is right here. That is some fibrous material from one of the benches that I had this thing on while I was spraying it. I was spraying this side and the edges, and some got underneath, and it stuck to that fake wood and left some on it. I have not been able to get that stuff off, so I have some polishing compound. We're ready to start polishing this in spite of that. If it doesn't come off, we've already decided we'll make a pick guard to go over it. But barring that, I do have some polishing compound here, and I've got a nice polishing machine here. So let's see what happens. The main thing I notice about this is, yeah, that's the cord. They don't want you to go very far, do they? And yeah, looks like the fling-a-string that my daughter has for her cat. Let's see if we can fix that. So that's better, or not. Never mind. We'll live with it. Okay. First, let's put some of this stuff on here. Yeah, it went clear over to here. Hairs go away. Yeah, one might guess we have pets. We have animal hair everywhere. All right. Let's see what happens. Well, it's trying. It is definitely starting to remove it. So, may as well just keep going. So, let's go ahead and let's just do the whole thing. I'll give it special concentration on that spot, and you may notice I haven't even dipped into the can yet. I'm using what was in the lid. and I have plenty here. So yeah, that's how well this stuff gets handled in transit. But we don't care. As long as we can use it, that's what matters. Am I right? Yeah, you know, those may be the three most dangerous words in the English language. Either am I right or don't you agree? Yeah. Whenever I hear somebody say that, I kind of cringe because there's bound to be somebody in the room who doesn't. And it makes me wonder what kind of fuss is going to erupt. Okay. Here we go. You may have guessed I don't have any idea how long I need to do this. Right now I'm thinking until that thing is gone. But I'm not sure it's going to go on completely. It sure doesn't seem to want to disappear. But look at that shine. Oh my word. Yeah, we still have our texture here from when that stuff got weird, but honestly, she's decided she kind of likes it that way. So we will be leaving it. I'm going to try just a little bit of sandpaper on that and hope I don't destroy something. Just about got it. Now, if that will polish to the same color and shine as the rest of it, then we may be in business here. Let's find out. Yeah, the directions say to put it on the pad. Yeah, since I'm dealing a lot with specific spots, I'm doing it a little differently. So there. This is the other reason that I've decided to use polyurethane to seal in the paint that I'm going to be putting on my other guitar. This acrylic stuff doesn't sand worth beans. You can see the problem there. That did not help, and all it did was kill some of the gloss that was around it. Actually, that stuff is almost gone. You know what? That is looking better. It feels nice and smooth. You know, we're doing a galaxy pattern here. Maybe we'll just call that a nebula. Anyway, this side polished up very nicely. I'm going to give it one more going over. And if you're wondering what I'm using, I'm actually using turtle wax. Turtle wax polishing compound. Technically, it's for cars. But it said it can be used on a variety of surfaces. So we're testing that hypotenuse right now. How does it do on wood with paint and acrylic crap on top of it? So, during the short time I was in the Army, there was this one drill sergeant who late in the evening, when I'd be working the night shift on the phones, who would always look at the floors and he'd say, "This place doesn't look clean enough. I think I'm going to run the buffer for a while." And he would go grab the buffer and start going over the floors. It didn't take long for me to realize he just liked running that thing. He thought it was fun. He had fun steering it around the floors and watching it try to get away from him and everything else. I mean, he was having the time of his life, so I figured, why not? Okay. That's about as good as we're going to get it. We got our nebula up there, but it is much less stick out than it was before. So let's do the other side. Okay. For this, I think I will go ahead and just put this stuff on here. And watch the thing fling it all over me. Yeah, that wasn't the brightest thing I've done all day. Well, what do you think? I think she looks mighty good. Now, these edges have this stuff all over them, so I'll just go ahead and do them by hand. All right. Last once over with the microfiber here. Try to make sure we've got all that stuff off of it. And you know, we have some flaws in this, but for a first effort, I'm pretty pleased with it. And I learned a few things about materials, what works, what doesn't necessarily. And I'll take that into my next project. But before we do that, next time, let's fulfill a big dream and put the electronics in this thing. I'll see you then.